Trying this again, Better reception over here. Alright, great. So like I said, it's probably the best value for 400 horsepower in a luxury vehicle, the 2017 Infiniti Q60 Red Sport 400. 400 horsepower, 350 foot-pounds of torque, 3.0 liter V6. Had the chance to review this one a few months ago. Some of you might have read it already, but I was very surprised by the car. It seems not to be funny about it, but almost like a grown-up GTR in a way. Of course, with less horsepower, obviously. But not a bad car. The lines on it are very, very nice. It looks great coming and going. I have no serious complaints about the car. Unfortunately, this one is not loaded. It's missing a few things, probably to keep the price point a little low. That's why I said it's probably the best value for 400 bucks in a luxury vehicle, apart from maybe the MKZ, the new 3.0 liter twin turbo MKZ. But not bad. This one, as tested, is 52,200. Here, we'll jump inside. Very quiet car. The engine barely makes any noise, even at full throttle. They have this nice, like, faux carbon fibers. Got the, almost the exterior color inside the inlay here. I don't know if you can see it on the camera very much. It's a nice attention to detail, though. Now, I'm sorry about the air. Yeah, I don't know how that comes out in the microphone, but it's a pretty quiet engine. I wish I had a mount I could take you for a ride on it, but maybe next time I do another live. It's the first crack at it, just trying it out. And once again, this one's not a fully loaded car. It's missing the navigation. It's actually missing heated seats, believe it or not, which you can probably get like on a Hyundai Elantra or something like that, you know, for under 20,000. But as this one sits, it's 52,200. Like I said, it's probably the best value for a luxury car with 400 horsepower. I don't think there's anything else out there you can get, you know, especially a coupe. Like I said, the MKZ, the new one, you can get 400 horsepower on, 400 foot-pounds of torque for starting around like 45 grand, but those things, you start loading up a few options, you're looking at almost 60 grand. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in there. I'll try to answer best I can. This car is kind of under tired. The 19-inch tires on there, it needs bigger tires. They're just simply not enough traction for the 400 horsepower. These are 265s in the rear. Kurt, the 0 to 60 actually is about 4.5 seconds. I broke almost into 4.4 seconds with everything off. It took me about 10 times to get that number. It's not easy. You have to turn off active trace control in the car, stability control, traction control, and just do some right foot modulation. It's not easy. It is not easy to get that time. Most of the times I got were like 5.1, 5.0, 4.9. Broken to 4.7 a couple times. There you go. Yeah, those are actually not Brembo brakes. They've been with the Nissan group for a long time. They're 4-piston calipers in the front, 2-piston in the rear, and those are stock brakes for this particular trim. You go with the base trim; they come with, I believe, 1-piston calipers in the front and rear. It's a stunning design. See the nice daytime running lights. The attention to details, Infiniti's really stepping it up. I mean, stuff like this, I mean, that adds a lot of character to the car. Yeah, it does resemble a lot of different cars, Kurt. To tell you the truth, it's like a mixture of designs in there. These exhaust tips are really neat. You can get a good look at that. Yeah, I'll try to take it for a spin, Kurt. I don't do the texting and driving thing or filming and driving, but I'll try to see if I can put the camera somewhere. And you do see the functional vent. Just to relieve pressure, to reduce lift, drag. Here, I'll pop the hood for you guys. And this is their top-of-line engine right now. In my opinion, it's very capable of doing something to compete with the light-hearted AMG cars, maybe like the C43 AMG. Be a great competitor to that if they, beefed up the surroundings a little bit. Like I said, with a little bit more tire. The suspension has adaptive dampers, 2 different settings. You guys want to hear it? It's not much to hear in the car, believe it or not. They don't pipe in any artificial sound, but you just get a little bit from the firewall. Very smooth engine. It's not a very heavy car, especially compared to something like the Lexus RC. It's very light on its feet, squirms around quite a bit. Very, very smooth power delivery. I'm gonna guess it's around maybe 3,800 pounds, maybe 3,700. But it is a smaller V6, only twin turbo. And you get a choice of 3 engines with the Q60. Get either a 2.0 4-cylinder turbo. The mid-engine is a version of this, a lot less power, 300 something horsepower. This one, of course, you get 400 horsepower, 350 foot-pounds of torque. And by my butt dyno, I mean it feels like it's more than 400 horsepower, believe it or not. I mean, I've driven a lot of cars, and This put down some good power. And as the engineers will tell you, this is like a derivative of the GTR engine, that VR motor. Yeah, I agree. Infiniti, they are making some good-looking cars. I mean, this is a very, very sharp car. Everywhere you go, you get, people turning their heads, checking it out. You got full LED lighting, LED headlights, LED brights, LED fog lights. You can actually turn them on for you. It's a very small trunk. Let me get it open here. If you can see in there, if it's too dark. It gets kind of deep right around here, but then it kind of shallows out as it goes towards the seats. Of course, no spare. But it is a very solid car. With the back seats. Not much room. Back seats are pretty deep. Yeah, 3 dead bodies. The seats are very supportive. But like I said, this is an oddly packaged car. It's missing a few things just to keep the price low, but it does have the bigger engine. Yeah, it is room for a car seat. You will have to move the passenger seat up to get a rear-facing car seat in there. I've actually experienced that when I had the other Q60. You can check out that review. It's on my site also. Everything's well laid out. I have my grievances with the infotainment unit. It's different, I guess you could say. You have the Infiniti drive mode selector. You can change quite a few settings as far as like the engine behavior. This one does not have the eco pedal. If you do it on eco mode and you have to pedal, it'll actually push back on the pedal sometimes when you aggressively accelerate, just to conserve fuel. That's kind of combined with the radar cruise system. It kind of works in conjunction. Of course, the adaptive dampers, just two different settings, of course. And your steering feel. I know a lot of people talked about the Infiniti's adaptive steering system. This one does not have it. Therefore, there's just only 3 different settings. Of course, you have to go to Sport Plus on the drive mode to enable the Sport Plus steering below. I do prefer this steering over the adaptive system, which is a steer-by-wire system. It does have a clutch mechanism just in case the system fails. The clutch will automatically activate, and you can steer the car just in case something happens with electronics. The other steering system, I had a chance to experience it. I drove it quite a bit. It's very artificial. It's almost like your latest PlayStation force feedback steering wheel. The feedback is artificial. There's no feedback from just normal driving, unless you're on a curb or something. You're turning the wheel on the curb. As far as the other features on this particular vehicle, like I said, it doesn't have nav. Audio systems, it's okay. It's another Bose derivative, of course, the Nissan Infiniti family, which they use. This one feels a little funny as far as not having a nav system. It has the two touch screens. It's somewhat responsive. Does collect a lot of fingerprints on this lower screen because it is glossier than this one up top. The one up top is a little more matte. And there's not many physical buttons as far as some of your controls. You do have some of the essentials, of course, for your stereo and climate control. They do have a separate climate button just for that dual climate zone. Other than that, all the other controls are up here on the screen, on the physical buttons. But I guess I'll take you for a spin. I'll try this out somehow. I'm in a park, so it's closed off park, so not much is popping over here. So don't worry about me driving and having the phone up. I don't know if you can hear much of the engine at all, but it does, like I said, it is like almost an artificial sound. They say it is a real sound that's sent through the firewall in the car, but it's not very noticeable. As far as exhaust sound, it's absent. You get none unless you're actually outside. Everything about the car is very, very smooth, very silky smooth. It does handle pretty well for what it is. Unfortunately, it's not as well handling as something like the BMW 4 Series, like the new 440 or 435 it used to be. Like I said, this car, the chassis is there. It's just some of the dynamics just aren't there to compete at that caliber, I guess. In a way, the engine overpowers the chassis in the car. It's just that much power. And another feature missing, of course, is their round view monitor, which Infiniti kind of pioneered. This one just has a regular backup camera. But like I said, once again, it's just to keep the price low on this particular test vehicle. 52,200. Not a bad price for a 400 horsepower luxury vehicle. Like I said, there's not much out there to compete with it. in that price range. The Q60 in its base form starts at about 38, I believe, 39. Not too bad. Infiniti's really trying to step it up, but hopefully they'll get something in the M category, AMG, to really compete with those guys, and this is a good start. Almost there. Hopefully they'll get there soon. But that's it I got for you today. Otherwise, you can just post some comments. I'll answer them. Thank you for tuning in.